Hello everyone. This video series is all about the Bermuda Triangle, and it's going to uncover a secret that has never been revealed before. I'll be releasing a new episode around every week, and during this series, I'll unlock all the mysteries of the Bermuda Triangle. So if you're curious to learn the secrets behind it, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We all heard about the well-known stories of the Bermuda Triangle since we were kids, where things like ships and airplanes vanished. For kids in the 90s, it was one of the world's most mysterious places. We used to think about stories of magical creatures and strange events because we used to watch TV shows about the Bermuda Triangle every day. National Geographic also had documentaries about it. But no one ever explained what this really was, and it stayed as a mystery in our thoughts.
As time went on, people began to be curious about the Bermuda Triangle, and there were some important reasons behind that curiosity. After the year 2000, a new era began with the internet becoming widespread worldwide. Information could be shared between countries very quickly. People started making videos about their everyday lives and sharing them on the internet. These people became known as bloggers. Some shared their daily lives, while others taught cooking or other things. Among these bloggers, some of them love adventurers who take their journeys to extreme levels, like going beyond the usual haunted houses and camping in forests or mountains. These adventurers gathered their money and resources. In today's world, they explore the most mysterious places on Earth, where strange things happen, and things disappear. They went to these places with their video cameras, boats, and equipment. They made videos and explored the Bermuda Triangle and its surroundings. They shared these videos with the world, saying that there was nothing special here. They believed the Bermuda Triangle was just a myth or a scam. There were no mysterious disappearances. With many videos available on the internet, more and more people began to think that maybe the Bermuda Triangle was just a made-up story or legend, nothing more. But the big question remained, if the Bermuda Triangle is just a story, what explains the strange disappearances that happened there? I'm sure some of you have heard about the Bermuda Triangle before, but before I dive into it, let me give you a quick introduction for those who aren't familiar. It's a mysterious area between Florida in the United States, Bermuda Island, and Puerto Rico, mostly covered by water. The Bermuda Triangle's size isn't easy to define, as most of it is on the water. It's known for incidents where ships and airplanes have gone missing. In 1950, the American newspaper, the Miami Herald, published a news report about this, and the world started paying attention. Fate magazine published an article by George Sand called Sea Mystery at Our Back Door. American Legion magazine also wrote an article about the Bermuda Triangle. Books were written about it, like Invisible Horizon, Limbo of the Lost, The Bermuda Triangle, and many more. Many books were written in almost every language, including Arabic by Abdul Rahman Bakar's Hakiki Agrib Min al-Khail and Urdu books like Jazira Bermuda and Muzalas Bermuda. So, my question is, among all these books in so many languages, do internet bloggers in just one language have the right to say it's all lies and fraud? Dismissing these stories not only disrespects those who have disappeared, but also does a great injustice to hundreds of people. Saying these deaths are lies or fraud and hiding the truth is not fair. 18th century until today, Bermuda has had 50 ships and 20 airships vanish, but what's really surprising is that most of them didn't send a special signal when they were in trouble before disappearing. This special signal is sent to the control tower to ask for help when a ship is in trouble. Most of these ships just disappeared without sending any help signal, as if they never existed. Now, you might have heard about some of the big incidents, but I'll quickly tell you about the mysteries of the Bermuda Triangle. The first major event in the Bermuda Triangle was the disappearance of the English ship HMS Atlanta in 1880. The ship and all its crew vanished without a trace. The second significant incident involved the American ship USS Cyclops in 1918. It disappeared with all 300 passengers on board, and no one could find any clues about what happened to them. In 1919, another unusual event occurred near the Bermuda Triangle. A ship called Carol A. Deering was found floating in the sea, but its entire crew and passengers had disappeared. One of the most significant incidents was when 5 airplanes as a group went missing at the same time in the Bermuda Triangle. This event is known as Flight 19. What made it even stranger was that during the search for these airplanes, a rescue ship called PBM Mariner also disappeared with its entire crew. This was unusual because rescue ships are well prepared for emergencies and are not usually lost at sea. Then, in 1948 and 1949, 2 more incidents happened. The ships Douglas DC-3 and Star Tiger, each with at least 50 people on board, vanished without sending any distress signals, as if they had simply disappeared into the air. It's a mystery that remains unsolved. Now, let's discuss an unusual event in the Bermuda Triangle that not many people know about because it didn't involve a large ship. Instead, it was a small boat, like a private yacht used for parties and family gatherings at sea. In 1955, this boat was discovered all decorated as if for a festival, but it was lost at sea like a ghost ship, floating in the water with no one on board.
This raises a question. If the Bermuda Triangle is just a myth, what could explain these incidents? In this series, I'll present various possible reasons one by one. Before I dive into explanations, I want to mention 2 other places where strange things happen, like Bermuda Triangle I. You may have heard of the first place, but the second one might be less familiar. The first place is the Devil's Sea in Japan, also known as the Devil's Triangle, Dragon's Triangle, or Formosa Triangle. In 1945, a Japanese ship named A6M0 vanished in this ocean along with its entire crew. This was a time when the world was ending World War II, and no country would have conducted an operation that could restart the conflict. So, this incident raised many questions, and a thorough investigation was conducted, revealing significant findings that I will explore further. About 10 years later, another Japanese ship, Shinyo Maru 10, was passing through the same area when it suddenly lost radio communication. Despite extensive efforts, they couldn't re-establish contact, and no one ever heard from the ship again. After several days of searching, the ship was declared lost, making its disappearance a big mystery. New York Times even published an article introducing the term Devil's Sea, referring to the location near Japan where several ships and their complete crews, totaling around 100 people, had vanished in the past 5 years. However, something even more remarkable happened afterward. After the New York Times made this claim, Japan took action in 1955. They established the first strong rescue ship to prove the New York Times claim wrong. Japan believed that the USA created this article to give their country a bad reputation. The goal was for this ship to find the wreckage of the disappeared ships and collect abandoned vessels. The ship was equipped with advanced technology to survive all seasons and accidents. However, despite all the preparations, this ship also disappeared. Now, both the Japanese government and the Prime Minister classified this area as dangerous. After the Devil Triangle in Japan, there is a place that very few people among you may know. This place is called the Alaska Triangle, and it is spread over thousands of acres of land including forest with icy cold and no sunlight for months. The triangle is located in Alaska, which is part of the United States. It is a region where around 16,000 people, and even vehicles, have disappeared, all over the past 20 years, and the searches reveal nothing even after so many efforts.
God knows what's going on in the Alaska Triangle. When it comes to the Alaskan Triangle, most people don't know about it. However, in 1950, it was one of America's major issues. An American Army ship, C-54 Skymaster, which loses radio communication with the ground, and then the entire ship is lost, with all 44 soldiers, without any trace. After this incident, 7,000 people from the American and Canadian armies united and launched a search operation to find any wreckage in the airship, but nothing was found at all. The ship had completely vanished. In 1972, following that incident, Alaska Triangle had a private ship disappear, which had U.S. Congressman Hale Boggs. So, American politicians were involved, and their quest began with the greatest search in American history. For 39 days, 50 civilians and 40 military ships searched tirelessly, covering an area of 32,000 square miles, but neither the congressman's or the ship's location could be determined. It seemed as if they had vanished from the face of the earth. Gerald DeBerry was a member of the Canadian Search and Rescue Team who was trained to survive in mountains and forests in any situation. He knows how to survive there in any situation. But he also lost there with his quad bike. After that incident, there was another search team with a trained dog. But the dog was not getting any kind of smell from him. He was completely lost with his bike. But then something strange happens. 1 year of this incident, one hiker found his quad bike on top of the ice. After that, another search operation took place, but nothing was found this time as well. The Alaska Triangle is one of America's most dangerous places, located in jungles and treacherous mountains. It's a region where people and vehicles often get lost, which isn't surprising. However, what's strange is that in this area, people and vehicles disappear without leaving any physical or traceable evidence. Now, you might wonder about the 3 regions I mentioned earlier. Well, they are thousands of miles apart from each other, and they are all vast wilderness areas. These places have glacier crevasses hidden in valleys and extensive underground caves where even a large ship could fall and get lost, never to be found again. So, were all these disappearances due to natural or unnatural reasons? In this series, I will present the most possible explanations for these incidents. So stay tuned.